dual battery, di ba? You have main, auxiliary. Now, if you do a parallel, ibig sabihin ng parallel, naka-parallel to. Okay. If you do a parallel, this battery and this battery has to be identical. Ano ibig sabihin ng identical? Same
Specs.
age, same brand. Yan. Same model. But the challenge is this. Now, when you do parallel, you put isolator. May anong purpose ng isolator?
Para saan, sir?
Ang isolator, when your engine shuts off, it cuts the link between the auxiliary and the main.
Ooh.
So that when you have ref, light, accessory sa campsite, camp, you only consume this battery.
The aux.
The aux. Hindi madadamay yung main kasi it's cut off.
Okay.
But, here's the challenge. When your engine starts, this one, sabihin natin 60%, this one is 100%. Now, once the isolator connects again, nag-reconnect siya, hahabulin niya ngayon yung depleted energy.
No,
Ibabalance niya yan. Hahabulin niya. The problem with that is, you have to remember, we have the same age, the same brand, the same model. Now, it's also need to be same type. Okay, what is same type? What are the battery types na ginagamit sa kotse? Okay. There are two types. Conventional not the mga high-end na auto We have the we have two types of battery that is being used ngayon. Cold crank. Typically, starting battery tawag. Okay, and then second is deep cycle. Okay, deep cycle is continuous consumption. Okay. Etong dalawang battery has two different purpose. Diba?
Okay.
These two battery. Now, in most car, ang main battery should be cold crank. Okay? Now, in conventional dual battery, remember, you need to have same age, same brand, same model, same type. So, this one will be also cold crank.
Okay.
But, a cold crank battery, it's not suitable for this use. You need a deep cycle battery for this use. Bakit? Cold crank, characteristic ng cold crank. Cold crank gives you a large amount of surge of energy in a short period of time. Okay. Ang deep cycle gives you continuous draw of small current for a long period of time.
So, paano yan, sir? Magkaiba na sila?
Magkaiba na sila, di ba? So, that's why battery isolator on a parallel series, it's workable, but it's not efficient. Bakit? Now, unang-una, if you do you need to be a cold crank to do a parallel. So, yung magiging auxiliary battery mo will be cold crank battery also. It has to be same age, same brand, same model, same type. Now, using this continuous power draw on a cold crank battery will shorten the battery life. Now, once this is already damaged, this one hindi pa. But you need to change both because you need to be same age, same brand, same model, same type. If not, kunyari, pinalitan mo ito, new, naging new siya. Ito, old pa. Masisira naman tong old kapag itong new. And then, una masira yung old and then masyo-shorten yung life ng new.
Okay.
Kasi it's not the same age, same brand, same model, same type. Okay? So, hindi pwede. Hindi siya efficient. Kumbaga, mapapansin mo, every 18 months, bakit? Palit ka lang netong battery, 18 months, palit ka na naman neto, or wala, 6 months, palit ka neto, mamaya, another 6 months. Kumbaga, paikli na ng paikli nung interval ng pinapalitan mo dahil nag-aagawan na sila because hindi na sila identical.
Yes.
Now, bakit nadadamage to agad? Because it's a cold crank battery that you're using different application.
Okay.
Now, what you need to do is to have a better one, not isolator, which is BMS. Now, ano ang BMS? BMS doesn't do parallel. Now, you can put deep cycle and a cold crank on a BMS because it's completely isolated. There's no link between them on the battery. The battery BMS is called battery management system. Ang battery management system is an accessory. Your vehicle view that BMS not as an battery isolator or battery linkage, but a battery management. It views it as like you have just added an accessory like amplifier, audio. So yung BMS just asks from your car a current na kailangan niya, let's say 20 amp. I ask 20 amp, then the BMS charges the auxiliary battery via 20 amp. So, your car doesn't know you have a aux battery. Now, you can select. You can do a deep cycle, you can do a lithium, you can do iron phosphate. May freedom ka na.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be same age, same brand,
type.
same model, and same type. So, a BMS system, it's more efficient. Now, ano pa ang drawback ng parallel? Okay, remember our alternator has IC regulator. Ano ibig sabihin ng IC regulator? It regulates the charge. It can sense the battery if it's full charge or not. 'Di ba? That's the IC regulator. Ngayon, ang alternator natin bumabato yan mga 90 amp. Kaya niya i-charge yung battery 90 amp. Saglit lang 'yon. Ngayon, ginamit mo to at 60%. Pag start mo ng battery, hindi naman agad-agad balance out yan eh. Hindi yan unti-unti yan. Kaso, yung alternator mo, na-view siya as puno naman eh. Konting burst ng 90 amp, puno agad. Burst. So, ang nangyari sa IC regulator, hindi siya magpapadala ng current. So, ang problema dun sa parallel system, hindi to na full charge. Dahil hindi naman nakikita ng IC regulator mo na may second battery ka eh. Ang nakikita niya ito eh. Kaya lang, meron lang parang konsensya niya sa likod na humuhugot sa kanya ng kuryente na hindi maintindihan ng ECU ng kotse bakit na kumukuha, parang may ground, parang gano'n. So, hindi niya to na full charge. At the same time, on the characteristic of the design ng engineering ng battery, hindi pwedeng cold crank battery to be used like what the battery design na kailangan deep cycle. Diba? So, that's why maraming system na dual battery, kala nila dual battery but doesn't work as efficient. Ano yung ma-experience? If your battery is parang 100 amp naman ang battery ko, bakit saglit lang ubos na ako? Parang ganyan. Because isa, hindi siya na full charge. Secondly, it's not deep cycle designed to be like that. Now, another facts about battery. If you have 100 amp battery, AH, 100 amp pa. Most battery nakasulat, it's a 100 amp battery. 3SM is a 80 to 100 amp, depende sa brand. Now, a 100 amp battery, it doesn't mean you can use the entire 100 amp.
Mhm.
Maximum lang, max, you can deplete it up to 60 amp. Why? Because ang lahat to AGM, flooded, it's lead acid. Lead acid battery, full charge is 12.7 float. Full charge yan, 100%. Now, as you as you consume the amperage, the voltage goes down. At minus 60%, sabihin natin 40 amp na lang natira sa battery mo. Ang matitira niyan mga nasa 11 volts.
Okay.
Okay. Yan, matitira niya, it depletes.
Uh-huh.
Now, your accessory, as the voltage goes, hindi na siya ganun ka-efficient. And, when you go beyond 40 amp, pagka 40 amp below, equals, madadamage siya.
Okay.
It will shorten battery life, and it will take long time to charge. Bakit? Natutulog yung battery.
Mhm.
Pagka bumaba yan ng 40 ampere, mga nasa below dyan, mga nasa mga 10 volts yan.
Lala.
Tulog na siya. Ang tagal niyan bago mabuhay. And it will damage the battery.
So,
So,
dyan papasok si BMS.
no.
Hindi
Yes, BMS will manage it. Pag bumilaw na siya dyan, it will cut the power.
Okay.
Ibig sabihin, it will not supply you anymore the
Ah.
kuryente. But there's a service bypass. Minsan, nasa camp tayo. We need to run our fridge.
Mhm.
Nag-below na tayo, hindi na kaya. Deep cycle can tolerate. Deep cycle battery can tolerate below 40 amp. It's not recommended, but it can tolerate it. So, there is a service bypass. Sabihin mo sa ref mo, bypass right protect. Ibig sabihin, it will run below 11 volt.
Mm.
So, ibig sabihin, below na kasi sa 40 amp yun. It will run below 11 volt to keep your laman frozen or fresh. Any cycle below 50 amp below, it's considered one cycle. Kunyari, 100 amp yan below, kain. Umabot ka na ng 49.
Okay.
Then you charge it. That's count as one cycle. Pag naubos mo yung cycle, sira na yung battery mo. There's a cycle count. Sa deep cycle, may ganyan. Kaya siya tinawag na deep kasi it can tolerate. Pero kung gusto mo ma-preserve yung longevity ng battery, don't go below that. Para hindi siya mag-count ng one cycle.
So, babantayan mo rin talaga.
Babantayan mo. So, the BNS does that for you.
Okay.
Oo.
So, para siyang computer, sir, na...
Yes, para siyang computer. Yung BMS will automatically manage your battery. It's a battery management system. It's not only like a system na relay type na ano. It's computerized na managing ng battery mo. So, yun yung kagandahan sa BMS. And it will make sure na your auxiliary battery, it's always 100% charge.
Okay.
When there's power source. Ano yung mga power source? Alternator when you start the car. And some BMS, or most of the BMS, has solar input. When you have solar panel and a good solar, yung solar harvest, magkakaroon ka ng power. I-charge pa rin siya ng BMS. So, mame-maintain yung battery mo. So, pagka nasira yung deep cycle mo, hindi madadamay ito kasi naka-BMS kayo, yung just change. Ito, nasira, hindi madadamay ito, you just change. Ganon ang deep cycle battery.
So, nasa loob siya ng car, sir?
I can show you.
Dual bat.
So, example, this one. Ito, starting battery.
Yan yung main, sir?
This is the main, called start battery. Now, before, this car is naka-parallel. Ibig sabihin, positive, naka-connect.
Okay.
And it has to be the same type, the same model, same brand. Ngayon, we put a BMS. Now, this one is a cold crank battery. Ngayon, we have this. This one is Trojan. Trojan battery. It's one of the best battery out there na nagpo-produce ng deep cycle. And itong battery na to, hindi siya brand lang. It's purely made in USA. Okay. This company has some more than 100-year-old of its heritage. And this also used for backup power sa mga nuclear power plant. So ganon siya ka-reliable.
Okay.
So this one ngayon, it's a deep cycle na. So magkaiba na sila. Ano yung nag-enable sa kanila na maging magkaiba? It's because of the BMS. Ito ngayon yung BMS natin. This one. This is the
Okay.
battery management system. This is a computerized system na merong alternator input and solar input. It has a MPPT solar input. So pwede ka na maglagay ng solar panel. It will automatically decide where to get the power. If your car is not running, it will get power from the solar.
Okay. So ito yung katabi namin sa campsite, yung Trojan.
Oh yes, yes.
Yung may
yes.
solar
Solar,
panel.
yes.
Okay. So kailangan BMS talaga, sir.
BMS. Enable to do that na magkaiba and not damage your system, you need the BMS.
Oh,
Without the
okay.
BMS, you will damage the batteries and it will not run as efficient as you want. System, it's expensive. But
Okay.
in long term, it will pay for its own because sa maintenance ng hassle ng battery na nagpapalit ka, nasisira yung battery, yung BMS mo will make your battery last for 6 years, 8 years kaysa sa hassle ka every year. Bakit nasisira yung battery?
6 years?
Marami. Oh. Well, with Trojan, that service life niyan is 10. So,
CTEK, parang familiar yan, sir. Yung CTEK na
is a
yan.
Swedish brand. It's designed to
Ah.
do a management ng mga RVs.
Okay.
So ito yung live system. Ay. Ito yung live system. Ngayon, the battery management, since may konting araw, di ba? So makita mo, nakailaw siya, solar, going to the battery. So it's maintaining the battery.
Solar.
Oo.
Okay.
Yan. So, eto, gawa namin to. Gawa namin to. Yan. That tells me anong voltahe ng battery ko and if my battery is receiving ilan amp or drawing ilan amp. Example, ngayon naka-negative 3.3 because ang negative niya is ibig sabihin nagfi-fill up siya galing sa solar.
Yung aux fan yung finifill up niya, sir?
Yung aux galing sa solar. Now, pag nag-activate ako ng accessories, yan. Positive na ngayon ako. Because it's now drawing current from the battery system sa aux battery.
So, nasan yung solar panel,
Nasa
sir?
bubong.
Okay.
Oo, kumakain na ngayon siya ng kuryente. Ibig sabihin, nagdi-deplete na siya. Na pag in-off ko yung buong system ko, balik siya sa solar kasi may konting araw, nagkakarga naman siya. So, wireless yan, namomonitor namin dito sa labas at sa loob kung ano yung condition, kung active ba yung system or not.
Grabe. Sobrang ano pala to, no? Overland gear talaga. Ano to, sir? Ba't may compressor dyan?
It's a compressor tank para sa pwede kami mag-run ng power tool, mag-inflate ng tire. And this Ranger kasi, it's also our daily driver.
Okay.
So, pag walang laman, syempre, kapag dinesign mo siya ng mabigat, matagtag siya pag walang laman. So, what we designed it na malambot, and then we put air compensator para kapag nasa punong-puno siya, we can add air, and then magko-compensate siya sa weight. So, hindi uupo yung sasakyan.
Okay. Kulit na yun.
Oo.